Welcome back, guys, to some more Doki Doki Purist mod. Now, this is the unfortunate reality that I have to explore Sayori's bad ending as well. I'm not looking forward to this. Not looking forward to this. Can we get some F's in the chat for Sayori, guys? Yeah, it's the only thing I hate about playing these games is the bad endings. Okay, here we go. The way she's clutching the rope, I know that my answer will determine both of our futures.
Why? Why did you do it?
Because I wanted to help you.
I knew it. So you really were like the others. I'm sorry, but I think it's best for you to leave. I need time to be alone. The voice in my head, the rain clouds. It's so loud.
Sayori slumps to the floor, crying like a baby. No matter how I try to comfort her, she ignores me. Finally, she snaps at me and tells me to leave her alone. That I never saw her as a human being, but just as a way to make myself look superior to her. I feel like I've betrayed her trust. All is lost. Walking to school alone, it feels different from when I walk to school with Sayori, and not in a good way. I'm able to focus on class. All that's on my mind is my concern for Sayori's well-being. Before long, the final class of the day ends and I rush to the literature club. There, I find Sayori sitting at a desk, writing something.
Oh, Heiji.
Hey, Sayori. I'm sorry if I said something wrong the other day.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
An awkward silence surrounds us.
Heiji, I think I should be the one apologizing. But I give up. I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore.
What?
There's no point in trying to pretend I'm happy anymore. I'm done lying.
Sayori, this is all my fault, isn't it? Damn right it is. If only I had treated her better, gave her reason to trust me, then this wouldn't ever have happened.
I'm leaving the literature club.
I grab her by the shoulders and try to plead with her. Please don't do this, Sayori. There's still hope. There's still a chance. There's still light beyond the rain clouds.
Stop it. It only hurts me even more. I tried. I really did. But you never even took me seriously. I know how you felt about me. But be honest with me. You only saw me as an easy target because I'm depressed, right? After all, who wouldn't want a girlfriend who loves them unconditionally because her self-esteem is too low to challenge you?
That's not it at all. I'm sure it's just your depression messing with your head again.
No. I've thought about this. And I think it's best that I avoid people from now on. Even though what you said really made me really happy, it also made me feel useless, worthless. It made me feel like I'm less than you. I don't want a friend who only acts nice to me and goes on dates with me because he pities me. I'm sorry, but I think it's best we stop talking for a while.
She pulls away and leaves the room. Sayori, wait. Come back. Your bow isn't even. I chase after her, but she's already in the hallway. Don't leave me. Don't give up. Don't let your depression get the better of you. She stops like a deer in the headlights. It's only then that I realize that I loudly screamed out her deepest secret in public, where most people she knows heard me. She briefly looks at me with tears in her eyes and runs away as fast as she can while sobbing loudly. I run after her, but she's too fast for me. That gaze she sent me, it was filled with sadness and hatred. I know for a fact that it's over. I've lost my best friend. My only friend. I slumped to the ground, tears streaming down my face. I've lost her. I try to call her, only to find out that my number has been blocked. Sayori. And so the days, weeks, and months pass. Every time I see Sayori at school, she avoids me. If I try to talk to her, she only sends me a look that reminds me of how I failed her. Eventually, she makes a terrible mistake. One day, she tries to jump off the school rooftop after I try to make her talk to me. The stress is too much. Her attempted suicide fails. However, she ends up being taken away to the hospital because of the injuries she sustained from the fall. And that is the last time I ever see or hear from her again. 3 months have passed since that day. It's over. I have nothing to live for anymore. How ironic that now that it's too late to do anything for her, I get depressed as well. Only now do I understand how Sayori felt. The only thing I know of Sayori's fate is that she's still alive somewhere, but that she spends her days in a hospital now. The fall broke several of her bones, and furthermore, her attempted suicide raised an alarm within her family, who appointed a psychiatrist. That's all I was able to find out with the help of the others in the literature club. As for the club itself, it slowly fell apart. Fights between Yuri and Natsuki became even more frequent than before, and without Sayori to stop them, the conflicts escalated to a point where they couldn't even be in the same room anymore. Monika was forced to disband the club. That was 2 months ago. 2 months since I last stepped out of the house. This is where I'll be for the rest of my life. Oh, but this isn't because I think of it as some way to atone. I just give up. There's no point in doing anything anymore. The anime that usually cheered me up only pissed me off now. There's no reason for me to go to school anymore. My grades have plummeted beyond redemption. All that mattered to me is gone. Sayori's gone. She might be alive, but I'll never see her again. I could have been happy with her, and more importantly, I could have been able to make her happy and make her realize how much I really love her. Now, that'll never happen. Never. 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 Oh, hi Monika. You're here again.
So, that didn't quite work out as you intended, didn't it? If you're about to start blaming me, I kept my word. I didn't do a thing. It's not like you can always blame me for anything anyways. But you can still go back and fix things. You have that power, don't you? I don't think you'd be easily disheartened after all. You set out to make them happy, so I doubt you'll stop here. I'm sure you care enough about Sayori to really deliver her to the end of your envision. It's just a load game away for you. Don't let me keep you. The choices you need to make are pretty obvious now, aren't they? She wants to be able to stand on her own. You can't just pity her either. I'm sure you know what to do from here on out. Unless you're that mean-hearted that you just want to see her suffer. But I know you're not that kind of person. Anyways, I think you know what you have to do. Back to the title screen. Do a little better this time, okay?
Alright. So do I have to go to New Game to... Alright. Alright, so for this next part, I'm gonna go down Yuri's route. Alright. Infallible, unrestrained, pleasure, disarray, vivacious, excitement, nope, effulgent, Fantasy. Nope. Starscape. Intellectual. Philosophy. Crimson. Bliss. Oh. Massacre. Hopeless. Daydream. Existence. Tenacious. Incongruent. Explode. Alright. We'll just skip Monica. We'll just skip these here. Monica. And Yuri. Alright. Okay, so in this instance, I'm going to side with Yuri. Okay. Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem.
See?
Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happened at all. You wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
I understand. Yuri?
Eh?
You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said our poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did! It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too?
Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped. At this point, being defiant is only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to.
You know what? I'm going to do that. It's better for them to look at all your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches a poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki? She really didn't need to do that.
I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair.
Sigh.
Everything alright?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. How can anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? Yana did as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you.
Well, alright. I believe you. Thanks, Eiji. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now.
That's something.
One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So.
Eh? What thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea.
Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Time to do some more skippity skip. Ah, Really? Unrequited was a Sayori word? Existence. Disarray. Contamination. Graveyard. Extraordinary. Wow. Crimson. Kelly. Fallible. Melancholy. Infinite. Starscape! Fantasy. Up. Strawberry. Misfortune. Vibrant. Disaster. Anxiety. Frightening. Philosophy. Alright. Alright, skip this. Hey, Yuri! Eh? Ah! I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I was kind of just waiting for you.
If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. And there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better. It's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. Ugh.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you.
Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah.
Where are you two off to?
We're just... Yuri was gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher.
Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it?
That's...
Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve AG in club activities?
My mouth gapes.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Heichi.
Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Yuri?
Something about the way she said that, it made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that.
Eiji, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me?
Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane.
No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that?
Friend? You say? Friend? Friend? For friend.
Yuri lifts her head.
Heiji, I really like being friends with you.
Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway.
Yeah. Shall we go?
Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill out the water pitcher, we return to the classroom.
Heiji, do you like oolong tea?
Yeah. Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
Whenever I make tea, I just put water in a cup, heat it up in the microwave for 2.5 minutes, let it cool for a little bit with the bag in with the tea bag in the cup, and just drink it. Works just as well. You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case,
You're... Oh. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything.
In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try to express myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway.
Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much.
You're always worrying about me, Heichi. It's very endearing.
That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I'll watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Heichi, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Eh? Why's that?
It's a little bit easier on my back. I can't read with my back against the wall rather than... I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk.
Ah, sorry. I didn't realize it.
No worries. I just have back pain very regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's most likely because of my ginormous baduzas. Big bingo bazongas.
Your posture, right? Always hunch over like that while reading?
Yes! I have terrible reading posture. That and big boobiga bugus. So that's why we should sit on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a small bag of chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
I can't see too well.
Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup?
Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
That's okay. I won't take any.
Eh? Are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages.
Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course.
Getting some deja vu here, vibes here, guys. I remember the last time it was like this in the original story. She went loco. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then, I take another chocolate. Oh boy. And hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri? Calm down, Yuri. It's just chocolate. It ain't worth it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just...
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Ichi?
Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that.
That's... Well... You were just helping. That's something that friends do. Right?
I mean... Not really in this kind of context, but... Yep. That's all it was.
Yeah. Then... You don't need to stop or anything.
I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I could tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Hey, Monica! Good to see you! What? Yuri jolts back.
It's time to share poems. Heiji, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thanks.
The spell is abruptly broken.
I'll take care of the cups.
Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Alright. Time to skim along this right here.
This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style?
I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented.
Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen.
I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her.
Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers?
I hope you don't mean that in a bad way.
No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her.
Eh? You completely misunderstood.
Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend.
Wait, really?
Yeah, a fictional one anyway.
Monica kind of whispers that last part to me.
It's just a hunch, but...
Well, there's not really anything wrong with that.
Oh, well, I know. I'm just saying.
Alright, more Skippy.
Ooh, I like this one, Heiji. It has some nice feelings in it.
Ah, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's?
Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both.
That's not very helpful, you know.
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad.
Oh, I can skip here. Alright, Natsuki.
Well, I can admit that's better than the last one. It says to see that you're putting some effort.
That's good.
But I still don't like this at all. It's trying hard to be serious.
Yeah? What do you mean by that?
Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's kind of just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like that until you're on Yuri's level.
Natsuki stops short all of a sudden.
Don't tell me.
Eh?
You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you?
What? What are you talking about?
And keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this angsty.
Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean I mean... Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me.
I am so done with you.
Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me.
Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me.
Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Yuri!
Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Heiji, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
I don't know.
It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy.
Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today?
Yeah, I do. If it's with you.
The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again.
I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style.
Ah, we can skip here. Oh.
So, sometimes I enjoy writing about them.
Why do you keep them to yourself? I think she's talking about her habits.
But because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Heiji?
Well, yeah, I guess I do.
I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now.
Oh, skip.
But I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Heiji.
That's exaggerating a little bit.
It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling, and you're to thank for that.
It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Okay, everyone, gather around! Don't let me get the whip out! Alright, that's where I'm going to leave this one off, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.